I saw her hand before I saw her face. It quivered, barely, but enough to catch the glint of the chandelier as she lifted her glass toward mine. I watched a single drop dissolve into the champagne, clear, subtle, almost invisible. She thought she was being clever. I offered her a polite smile. My daughter-in-law, Emily, 29, refined, charming, and for the past 2 years, quietly waiting for me to die. It was my retirement celebration. That very morning, $23 million had landed in my account. My company, my legacy, my life's work officially sold. The room hummed with laughter, clinking glasses, and congratulations. Everyone believed I was stepping down in peace. Truth was, I was stepping away because I'd already won. I raised my glass. She followed. I caught the quick flick of her gaze, first to my eyes, then to the rim of my flute. She was waiting. When the guests turned to listen to my son's toast, I made a simple exchange, her glass for mine. Smooth, seamless. Like a card trick in a game I'd been mastering long before she ever joined the table. I met Emily 5 years earlier. She'd entered our lives like sunlight, bright, warm, capable. My son adored her. I did too, at first. She reminded me of my late wife, soft-spoken but built of steel. For a while, I believed she loved him. I truly did. Then came the small fractures. She knew things she shouldn't, numbers, projects, contract details. I assumed my son had mentioned them. He hadn't. One night, an email arrived from an overseas partner, a private offer to buy my company. The odd part? Emily had already replied, using my signature. That was the first fissure. I started observing quietly. She moved with a pattern, late-night calls, mysterious business trips, excuses disguised as marketing events. I didn't confront her. I documented her. Dates, emails, recordings, carefully logged. I wasn't collecting proof, I was writing a conclusion. Mine. But she wasn't acting alone. Her mother, Evelyn, a retired attorney with a reputation for ruthlessness, was her silent partner. The kind of woman whose smiles never reached her eyes. Together, they wanted control through my son. I was in their way. When my health began to fail last year, they saw an opening. I noticed whispers, misplaced bottles, subtle changes in my prescriptions. My doctor confirmed later those pills would have destroyed my liver within months. That's when I stopped being a father-in-law and started being a strategist. Quietly, I rewrote my will. Every share, every patent, every dividend placed into a trust for my granddaughter. My lawyer, an old friend, finalized it 3 months before the party. No one knew. Then I told Emily the company was being sold. Her smile came too fast, her questions too sharp. She even offered to manage the paperwork. That's when I knew she'd make her move at the party. Public places make perfect alibis. Back to the ballroom, my son's voice trembled as he toasted me. Applause erupted. Cameras flashed. Emily turned, glass lifted, her expression glowing. She didn't notice the switch I'd already made. She drank deeply. So did her mother, standing beside her, laughing, toasting, trading sips. 3 minutes later, Evelyn's hand began to tremble. Her eyes darted wildly. She reached for the table, missed, and crumpled. The crowd froze, gasps, shouts, chaos. Emily screamed her name, dropped to her knees, confusion twisting into horror. Then recognition. The same terror I'd felt months before, realizing what she'd tried to do to me. Our eyes met. She knew. Not how, but that I knew. I set my untouched glass on the table. Call an ambulance, I said evenly. Now. Toxicology found traces of a sedative lethal when mixed with alcohol. The police investigated, but in a crowded room, with so many toasts and glasses exchanged, intent blurred into chance. Emily disappeared quietly, sold her car, moved back with her father, filed for divorce within months. My son was heartbroken, but he'll recover. Better a broken heart than a buried one. The media called Evelyn's death a tragedy. I called it symmetry. I replay that night sometimes, the chime of crystal, the tremor in Emily's wrist. She thought she was writing my ending. But I'd already finished hers. Revenge doesn't always arrive in fire or fury. Sometimes it whispers in silence, in the flick of a wrist, in a champagne switch only you notice. I never touched another drink after that night, not from fear, but from satisfaction. The taste of justice was intoxicating enough.